This is all my fault. I'm not the type to keep a journal, but Rarity says writing down your thoughts can help your nerves and keep your thoughts straight. Right now, me, Applejack, Rarity, and the CMCs are hiding out in the Sweet Apple Acres barn. We've barricaded all of the windows and doors, but we can't stay here forever. We're all fine, just pretty shaken up. Applejack is looting the barn, finding anything we can eat or use as weapons. She refuses to look at me or even speak to me. Rarity is panicking, that's obvious, but she's trying to calm her sister down. Poor Sweetie Belle isn't taking any of this well. She hasn't stopped crying since we got here. Apple Bloom is also trying to comfort Sweetie Belle and help AJ, but Scootaloo also isn't speaking to me. I don't really blame her. We're all that's left in Ponyville, as far as I know. We gave everyone those horrible cookies. All I can see when I close my eyes is Twilight's twisted grin and Fluttershy's drooping frown. I don't want to think about them. Pinkie Pie was the first pony who ate a cookie, but I haven't seen her anywhere. She wasn't at Sugar Cube Corner with the Pork Cake family. Those little cake twins. What have I done?
The Cookie Virus Stages, Frowning Ponies. Journal entries by Beginning stage. Same as Smiling Pony, Pony still has some sanity but is very hungry. All they talk about is how much they need the cookies they were infected with. Earliest sign of infection is rainbow muzzle and permanent frown. Second stage. Pony's sanity is declining. They can still speak, but all they seem to mumble is the word cookies. They are extremely desperate for cookies, so much so they start chasing down anything living. At this stage, they often find and eat small animals, though, if confronted by a pony, they won't hesitate to attack. Their mouths and stomach begin to rot. Hair and feathers begin to fall out. Third stage. Sanity is completely done. Pony can no longer speak and can only make desperate sounds of hunger and anger. They begin strictly targeting ponies, hoping for a sweet taste to satisfy their needs. Unlike Twilight Sparkle, who I observed in the past, Fluttershy seems to droop downward instead of growing taller. Do all frowning ponies mutate this way? I am unsure, but it's too dangerous for me to find out. Mane and feathers have completely shed. Pony is left unrecognizable besides cutie mark. Final stage. Pony is beyond recognizable. Can't even call it a pony anymore. Blind, but has incredible hearing and sense of smell. Breathing is rapid and rigid. It is very hungry. It will lunge and attack at any noise or scent of blood. Stay indoors and lock the doors. Going outside is guaranteed death. I think she can see me. Can she see me? She
We camped out in the barn for only 2 nights before we were spotted. We heard an awful groaning sound and I took a peek outside. A mangled and grinning Granny Smith was slowly approaching the barn. Luckily, she was far away enough for us to have time to pack up a wagon of supplies and book it out the back door. AJ and I pulled the cart with every pony inside. But even with 2 of the fastest ponies in Ponyville running in sync, an awful thudding sound was echoing behind us. Granny was chasing us. Apple Bloom started crying.
That's my Granny! She's family! We have to help her!
I took a look at AJ and she had tears in her eyes. That ain't our family no more, Sugar Cube. We didn't know where we were headed, but it had to be away from Granny and away from Ponyville. But we were suddenly cut off by a creature jumping in front of us. It was hard to tell who it was in the moment, but from Applejack's guttural scream, I'm positive it was Big Macintosh. Or it used to be, at least. In an effort to get away from him, AJ and I took a violent swerve right, tumbling down a steep hill. It was a really hard fall. Everyone fell out of the wagon and the thing crashed us into a big apple tree. In the mess, a chunk of the wagon crushed my wing and another fell on AJ's leg. My wing hurt like hell, and it was all twisted in ways it shouldn't be. But there was no time to shake it off. We had to go. Rarity levitated all the supplies she could, and AJ and I carried the CMCs on our backs. AJ was limping harshly with every step, but she was in such a blind panic. I'm not even sure she realized she was hurt. AJ led the way and showed us to a little wooden shed in the middle of the orchard. AJ said that part of the orchard was so full from the barn, they built a little shed to hold extra supplies. It was small and uncomfortable. Everyone was pressed up against either a basket or a shovel, but AJ reassured us it was only until morning, and when those things were gone. Her family. I could barely sleep. My wing felt broken, and I'm sure Applejack isn't in any better condition. Plus, I couldn't get Granny's face out of my head, or Apple Bloom's cries. So I decided to be lookout, staying awake and listening or watching for anything close by. I couldn't hear anything all night, not hoofsteps, heavy breathing, or anything. While I'm sure we were all safe, I couldn't help the feeling that we were being watched. I must have fallen asleep at some point because I woke up to Rarity nudging my shoulder. It was morning, and everyone was awake. Applejack said it was okay to leave. We each grabbed a basket and loaded them with apples. For the time being, they'd be our only food source. I had barely picked 5 apples when I heard Rarity shriek. Without much thinking, I ran to her. She was holding up a magical gem shield and pushing back what used to be Big Mac. He was thrashing and gargling, and Rarity's magic was fading. What should I do? What could I do? Before I could act, some pony lunged into the scene, whipping out a powerful flashlight and shining it in Big Mac's eyes. Eye sockets? Big Mac howled and took a few dizzy steps away. The pony yelled,
Get the Crusaders! Follow me!
The 3 of us ran, AJ being the only one still carrying her apple basket. Rarity and I carried the Crusaders. In a blind panic, we followed this pony until we were out of breath and sure we weren't followed. We only stopped when AJ collapsed to the ground, the pony turning to help her. And that's when I got a good look at her.
Pinky?
I jumped on Pinky for a hug, but she shoved me away. This confused me because I've never been denied a hug from Pinkie Pie. But she did look a lot different. As she helped AJ to her hooves, I got a good look at her. She had her hair down, multiple scars on her body, and her mouth was rainbow.
I'm not infected,
Pinky said.
And I'm bunkering at Fluttershy's cottage. Let's go.
AJ ended up ditching the apple basket, and Pinky carried her on her back. Pinkie Pie led us to Fluttershy's.
Fluttershy's? Oh, darling, does that mean...
Rarity seemed overjoyed, but Pinky sighed.
No, she's gone too. But she's also not home. Hasn't been for a while. Her cottage is far away enough from Ponyville that I've been bunking there for a while now.
When we got to Fluttershy's, it was just as Pinky said. Empty. Not even a single animal. But there were lots of bloody chunks on the ground of what used to be Shy's critters. I wonder if Fluttershy did this. Pinky led us to Fluttershy's basement and grabbed a medical kit, bandaging up AJ's leg before doing the same to my wing.
I'm not a doctor, so I don't know if you'll heal right. I'm I'm sorry.
It's cool, I replied. My wing hurt, but it felt better in the sling. Now, I need answers from you, Pinky. We can't keep secrets during this. What's happened to you? Are you infected? Pinky looked around the room and sighed.
Can I speak to you alone?
I wanted to argue, to tell her that whatever she had to say, she could say it to every pony. But the way she spoke was suddenly soft. She sounded on the verge of tears. So I agreed. We made our way upstairs and quietly looked through all the windows to make sure we hadn't been followed. Pinky sighed and turned to me, tears welling up in her eyes.
Oh, Rainbow. This is all my fault.
I was shocked. Pinky just admitted that this virus was entirely her fault. But I thought it was my own. No, Pinky, it can't be. I was the one who fed everyone those cookies.
I fed everyone the cookies.
Tears were streaming down Pinky's face, so I could tell this wasn't a time to argue even if I wanted to take all the blame. She continued to explain herself.
I'm sure Applejack told you by now, but this is all meant to be a terrible prank on you. To one-up you, and it was all my idea. When you came to me with the idea to prank the whole town with those rainbow joke cookies, I came up with the idea to prank you into thinking we all became zombies from eating them. But after you fed me that first cookie, I felt odd. It's hard to explain what the feeling was, but more than anything, I felt ill. But I was too determined to get you back. This was the perfect chance. I forced everyone in Ponyville to buy at least 1 or 2 boxes of cookies, even convincing those who didn't want the cookies to participate. I ignored how sick those cookies made me in order to one-up you. And now I've murdered everyone in Ponyville.
Pinky crumpled to the floor in tears. Despite her apology, I still didn't believe she had anything to apologize for. I knelt down and wrapped her in my good wing. Pinky, none of this is your fault. It's not like you made those cookies. There's no way you could have known. Pinky sniffled.
Right. But I have been wondering, what did you put in those cookies that made ponies become this?
I blinked at Pinky. I didn't make the cookies. Don't you remember? I said I special ordered them from someone in Canterlot. I didn't want to order them from Sugar Cube Corner or else it'd ruin the prank. Pinky perked up at that confusion now on her face.
But if you didn't make those cookies, who did?
Help!
We were interrupted by a horrible sound outside.
Help me.
Instinctively,
Help.
Pinky and I made it back down into Fluttershy's
Help.
basement. Our sudden entrance startled everyone inside. Scootaloo
Help
spoke.
me.
What? What happened?
Help.
Pinky immediately shushed her and we listened.
Help
Applebloom gasped.
me.
That's a pony!
Help.
There's a pony out there!
Help
Applebloom
me.
started running up the stairs before Applejack
Help.
grabbed her by the tail.
Applebloom,
no! Applebloom yanked herself away from her sister.
There's a pony out there who needs help! Our family's gone, Applejack! Just like you said! I have to help any pony I can before it's too late!
Help me.
Before any of us could grab her, Applebloom was running up the stairs and outside.
Appleblue! Stop!
Applejack desperately screamed as her sister ran away. Instantly, every pony was going after Applebloom as the cries for help outside continued.
Help me.
It sounded like a male pony,
Help.
one I recognized for sure.
Help.
Applebloom burst out of Fluttershy's cottage and turned the corner to where the cries were coming from, and that was not a pony.
Help. Help. Help me.
The scream that came out of Applejack was the worst thing I've ever heard. There was nothing we could do but watch as Applebloom was devoured. Even Pinky was too paralyzed to do anything. Things couldn't get any worse. Then Sweetie Belle started charging the creature. Rarity's scream mimicked Applejack's. Sweetie Belle's horn lit up. I could tell she was trying to blind the creature as Pinky once did. But as soon as her horn lit up, it went out. Pinky was behind Sweetie in an instant, whipping out her own flashlight and successfully stunning the creature. The horrible thud of Sweetie Belle's lifeless body was such a sickening noise. Pinky didn't say anything, but as soon as the creature was stunned, we were shoved back inside the cottage.
Why didn't you do anything?
Applejack was screaming at Pinky. Pinky hushed Applejack by putting her hoof over her mouth, but AJ immediately shoved her away. Applejack jumped on Pinky and had her pinned.
You could have saved her! Both of you! Why didn't you pull out your stupid little flashlight then?
Would you keep your voice down? She can hear us from down here.
I don't give an apple tree's root about keeping quiet! Our sisters are dead!
Scootaloo started sobbing. I was surprised when she buried her face in my chest, as she was clearly angry with me before. But I wrapped my wing around her in comfort anyway. Rarity stepped in.
Applejack? Pinky is right. We need to wait until we're safe. What good are we to our sisters if we're also dead?
Applejack hesitated before letting Pinky go. The next few hours were silent, besides the horrible crunching outside. Once it was silent and we were sure we were alone, Rarity found her voice.
So, what do we do now?
Everyone looked at Pinky. She sighed and kept her head down.
Ponyville is done for. And at this rate, the infected will start leaving this town and invading the rest of Equestria. We obviously need help.
From the princesses? I spoke up. But Canterlot is so far away, there's no way we can leave Ponyville without getting... I trailed off, thinking about Applebloom and Sweetie Belle.
Who else do we go to? Besides, you said you ordered those cookies from a bakery in Canterlot, right? If we make it there, maybe we can also find the culprit.
Applejack made eye contact with me. The first she had in a long time.
Wait. You didn't make those cookies?
I shook my head. I could tell Scootaloo was also relieved by the news, though I still felt like this was all my fault. But how do we get to Canterlot? The fastest way there is by flight, and my wing's busted.
How about by train?
Applejack suggested.
Oh, I doubt the trains still run through here after all this. She's right.
We all looked at Pinky.
The train is the best option. I tried escaping on the train days ago, but it had long been abandoned and the conductor eaten. If we can get that train running again, we can make it to Canterlot. Fluttershy, one of the first infected, returned to her cottage after days of being missing. She lured out her victims by mimicking the voice of a pony she had eaten. I have identified this voice to be Dr. Hooves. I suspect the doctor was the reason she was missing, but let his guard down and got himself eaten. If you hear a pony calling for help, ignore it and get indoors as soon as you can. Frowning ponies mimic the screams of their victims.